Hi everyone, thanks for joining today for the Burnout Challenge. My name is Mary Dameron and I'm a registered massage therapist and the owner of Pomegranate Grove Yoga Massage Center in downtown Guelph. So today I've recorded this little session. I'm home, my husband's working from home and we have two young daughters. So just to avoid any interruptions, I have pre-recorded. What I'm going to do today is walk you through a technique to do some self-massage at home. So a little self-care, a little R&R while we're isolating and taking care of our families and our loved ones and ourselves. So the only tools that we need are maybe a ball. So if you have a tune-up ball, a yoga ball, I made it really easy and I got my dog's tennis ball. Luckily she didn't globber all over it. And then maybe a little bit of lotion that you can use on your skin. So in my practice, I enjoy using coconut oil. So my philosophy is if you can consume it, then it's perfectly safe on your skin. So what I use today from home is just a little bit of olive oil from our pantry. Just be mindful of what you're wearing. If you don't want any oil to get stained on your shirt, then just don't wear a shirt or just be careful of that. And then we'll do a little bit of a breathing technique too at the end, some deep diaphragmatic breathing that just can help release or reduce any anxiety. So we'll get started. And having a nice comfortable chair to sit on helps. And we're going to start first with working through the hands. So just get a little bit of lotion and use your thumb, and you can do some nice circles through the palms of your hand. Especially if you're at home working on a desk or at a computer and using the mouse or typing, this always feels nice to release the muscles in the hand. And then you can just gently run your thumb up each finger. So through that, nice pressure, because you're doing it on yourself, you can help determine what pressure feels good. And maybe do an exchange of lotion and work through the other side. Just opening up the hand, this feels really nice. And there's a lot of reflex points on the hands, the feet, and the head. So any kind of work on the extremities really feels good. And then again, just up through the fingers. And then we'll work a little bit on the forearms. So you might want to grab a little bit of lotion again. And we're going to work just through the front of the top of the forearms. And the first technique would be to strip down through the muscles of the forearm. So starting at the elbow and traveling down to the wrist, you'll find there's quite a few muscles in this area. So if there's any spots that you find that are extra, feeling extra good or responsive to your pressure, you can work a little longer on them. So that's stripping down through the direction of the muscle. And then next we're going to do some muscle squeeze and lifting. So this is going against the muscle grain, and it'll loosen some of the fascia up in the forearm. So we're just grabbing some skin and muscle of the forearm and sort of squeezing it and pulling it up a little bit. So we're working in the direction of the muscle fibers and then against it. And of course, on the other arm as well. And then if you're feeling really tense, so you can do this on a table or at your desk, but you want to just do a little bit of a forearm stretch, so flexor and extensor stretch. And hold this stretch for about 20 seconds on each arm, and that'll really loosen everything up, especially if you've been sitting at the computer for the last however many weeks. Awesome. Now we're going to work a little bit on the neck and the head. So we'll start with a few stretches, and we'll start by stretching, bringing the ear to the shoulder, and it's going to stretch the side muscles in the neck. So We'll bring our right ear to our right shoulder, and of course this will stretch out the side of this neck here on the left side. A little extra pressure if necessary. And again, holding for about 20 seconds. And the other side as well. Actually feels really good. And a way to stretch the muscle in the back of the neck is to now bring your ear, and it's called listen to your armpit. So you want to bring your ear down towards your armpit, and that's going to stretch the opposite side of the neck. So this is the levator scapula muscle, and it's a muscle that helps bring the shoulders, sort of scrunch our shoulders. So definitely if you're sitting at the desk, it is probably tight. So we're going to listen to our armpit. And again, hold for about 20 seconds. Listen to our armpit. We're going to bring our nose to our chest, just to stretch the back of the muscles in the back of the head. And holding each stretch for about 20 seconds feels good. And we'll do this a couple times, but never discredit, just nice, gentle roll, like head rolls and shoulder rolls and wrist rolls. Range of motion is so key to staying loose and uninjured and have the lymph and fascia moving properly. So just gentle neck rolls can go a long, long, long way. We're going to do the same with our shoulders. So we're going to work through some simple shoulder circles. I would suggest doing this hourly if you remember. That's the key, is remembering. But it's so valuable. So as often as you can remember, roll out your joints. Then we're going to, a lot of people obviously have a lot of muscle tension up in the traps or the shoulders, the biggest muscles sort of in that shoulder area. So we'll just do some nice muscle squeezes through the trapezius. So you're just going to grab some of the meaty muscle here and just pull and squeeze. So muscle squeeze to the traps. This doesn't always feel as good when you do it yourself, but it's still something, better than nothing. And now maybe we'll grab a little more lotion, and again, be mindful of what clothes you're wearing or what lotion you're using. But if you take just a little bit of the lotion on your fingertips, you can clear your shirt away and run your fingers sort of through to the outer edge of your shoulder and up the side of your neck, even all the way to the ear or the base of the skull. It actually feels really good. You can do it on both sides, of course. So maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 passes. And then we can grab a little bit of lotion again and do it just up directly to the back of our necks on both sides. And these muscles will loosen up the upper thorax, the shoulder girdle, the back of the neck. So running along the spine, you're never going to be directly on the spine, just up along the spine into the base of the skull. And just do a couple passes there. So maybe start at the tip of the shoulder blades up to the base of the skull. And then we're going to do a little work on our face. So just 3 little facial techniques here. The first will be passing through our sinuses. So if we ever this can be used anytime if we're suffering from any sinus congestion or allergies, we could do a gentle pass along the sinus canal, as well as vibration. So you're creating a little bit of a motion with the fingers, vibrating along the sinuses. And then we'll just do a few passes along the eyebrows. and the jaw. So if you find you're clenching or grinding from stress or work or whatever, this is a really nice area to work into. And there's a correlation between a tight and clenched jaw and tight hips. So be mindful and see if your jaw is tight and where you're feeling that in the rest of your body. So there's face. Again, this work is very intuitive. So I'm sort of prompting some techniques that you can use as you see fit, but just go with what feels good. Never have any pain, never push through pain. Any sharp shooting pain could be nerve. You don't want to push through any discomfort or pain, but it can be very intuitive work, releasing some of our tension that we're holding in our body. We'll work through the scalp quickly. So I have another scalp massage video on my Instagram page, but I'll just do a little brief synopsis. So we'll start with like a shampoo motion. And again, if you have someone else that can do this for you, even better. But just work through as if you're shampooing your hair. And with all the nerve endings on the top of the head, it really feels good. Do a little extra work at the base of the skull, and that can release a lot of tension. And then we'll end with gentle hair tugs. So just grabbing gentle pieces of your hair and giving a nice little gentle tug. This can be invigorating. So if you're falling asleep at your desk and need to kind of wake up, try a little invigorating scalp massage and the hair tugs. And you can use essential oils in this too, like a peppermint or a lemon or something, that if you need to have a little wake up call, that really would work well. So now we're going to do a little bit of ball work on the mat. So I have my tennis ball, and we're going to work through 3 places. When you're doing ball work, again, it's very intuitive work, and it is very lovely work to do, but please don't push through any pain. This should not be painful. This should feel like a release. So you can do it in static or fluid motion. So you can hold the ball and just sink into it with your body, or use it as sort of a self-massage tool. So we're going to do glutes and low back. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just get on the floor and just show you quickly a few nice spots you can use the ball. I'll take my camera with me. Here we go. So, lying on my mat, and I'm going to put the ball right underneath the meaty part of the glute mats. When you find a spot that feels like good, bad pain, you can spend a little extra time there. And then we'll work through the QL. So this muscle is just above the glute, where the glutes end, in this little pocket alongside of the spine that runs to the outer edge of the body. Never, 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 ever rest directly on the spine when you're doing ball work. That's dangerous and it does not feel good. So we'll just work through here. I like rolling around, that feels better to me, but whatever works for you. And 2 more spots that I won't show you, but you can work on, are this area here of the trap. So you're going to find the meaty muscle spot in between the shoulder blade and the spine. So there's a meaty muscle spot there, and you can do a little ball rolling in that trapezius, as well as the suboccipitals. So you can find, again, this nice meaty spot at the base of the skull, and that can really help reduce any headaches or stress from work. And the last thing I want to talk about is it's a deep breathing technique called deep diaphragmatic breathing. And it's just a reminder of training your body to do deep belly breaths, and how important that is for reducing anxiety and creating a nice sense of groundedness in your body. So we'll be breathing through your nose, and there's 3 steps. You breathe in through your nose and feel it sort of in through your throat and upper thorax. The third breath, you're going to feel all the way into the full rib cage. And the second breath. And the third breath, you're going to feel all the way into your belly like it's blowing a balloon. So we'll do 3 breaths first through your nose, filling up to the throat, and release through the mouth. In through the nose again, filling up the rib cage, and release through the mouth. And last deep breath in through the nose, into the diaphragm, as if you're blowing up a balloon in your belly. And you can repeat those 3 steps maybe 4 or 5 times, but the goal is to really isolate and feel a deep breath in the diaphragm, in the belly, and train the body to do that as often as possible. So hopefully there's a few little tips that you can take from that routine and use on yourself or one of your family members. Again, my name is Maren Dameron, and I have a few more massage videos on my Instagram, or our Instagram page, Pomegranate Grove. And as always, reach out if you have any questions or concerns about massage during this time. You can feel free to always do that. It'd be awesome to hear from you. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope you all are well. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the flip side. Take care.